Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Reading Workshop today. So, yesterday we read a book called A Big Guy Took My Ball, and we practiced retelling that story in our own words. Today we're going to dive deep into figuring out what those characters are and why they make facial expressions that they make and why they do some things that they do. So, first, let's look at this chart for characters. It says, for who? We need to know the characters are the people, animals, and things in the story. So characters are not only people. They can be animals. Characters can be anyone that talks and tells a story in our book. And then for what? Describe what the characters look like and what they think, feel, say, and do. And then for why? Tell why they do what they do. And so we're going to dive deep into this book today. The Big Guy Took My Ball. And we're going to talk about why some of these animals do what they do. But first, can anyone tell me what the animals are that we read yesterday? Pause this video and I want you to talk to somebody about what the animals are. Okay, so let's look at this book and let's see if you were right. We're going to start with the who. Who are the characters? So let's look at this page. Who are the characters? Do we know the elephant's name? There's a pig and there's an elephant. Do you know the elephant's name? Gerald. And then the pig is just the little guy. He doesn't really have a name in this story, I don't think so. So let's talk about it. The what. Remember, what is describe what characters look like, what they think, feel, say, and do. And so let's think about what these characters are feeling right now. What do you think this piggy is feeling? He said, I am so upset. And we know that it's because he lost his ball, it got taken from him. And so what do you think the pig is feeling? Maybe really sad. What about in that next picture? What do you think he's feeling there? What do you notice that's stringing up here? What is this? A heart? But is it all together? It's broken. His heart is broken. So he is very sad. We know that he's feeling sad. What do you think the elephant is feeling? What do you think he's trying to do? I think that he's trying to make him feel better, right? So let's go over here. And the elephant says, that is not good. That is not right. So in this one, what do you think the elephant feels in this picture? I think he feels angry. He wants to tell the guy that took the ball that is just not nice. So let's look at the next page. It says, the elephant says, big guys have all the fun. What about the little guys? And what do you think they're feeling in this? What do you think the elephant is feeling when he's saying, big guys have all the fun? What about the little guys? Look at both of his pictures, and what do you think he's thinking? Or feeling? I think he's maybe jealous in this first one. And then what about the little guys? I think he gets a little angry. He's a little mad. And so let's look at this page. What makes those big guys think they're so big? You think he's angry in this side right here? Why do you think he feels like that? Remember, we have to know why. Why do they feel or think the way that they do? Because the big guy took the ball, and so he thought that he could just take it. So maybe the elephant's just very upset. And so he said, what makes those big guys think they're so big? And the pig says, their size? So the pig has always been small, and the pig knows that big guys like to think because they're big, they can take advantage of you, right? I want you, before we go to this next page, to turn and talk to a buddy or your parent and tell what happens next. I want you to retell what happens next in the story from what you listened to yesterday or this morning. Okay, now let's keep on looking into it. And so the elephant says, "Well, I am big too." What do you think the elephant's feeling? He's still pretty angry. He wants to get that ball back for the pig. What is the pig feeling right here? He kind of looks scared. He's probably like, "Oh no, like you don't realize how big this guy is." And then the elephant says, "I will get your big ball from that big guy." And he still looks angry. He's ready to march and take that ball. And the pig's like, "Okay, good luck." So let's look at the next page. And the pig's happy. And he says, "My hero." And the elephant says, "Here I go. Let's see how big this big guy is." Then the whale has the ball, and the elephant is tiny compared to this whale. What do you think the elephant is thinking right now? Look at his face. And what do you think the whale's thinking, holding the ball over here? I think the whale's thinking, "You're not taking this ball from me." And I think the elephant is thinking, "Oh no, he's really big." Because he goes back, and what does he say? "That is a big guy." You did not say say how big he was. He is very big. In this picture, what do you think the elephant's feeling? I think that he is just in shock. He did not expect the whale to be that big, right? His face is shocking. And so let's see what the whale decides. Do you remember? The whale says, "Excuse me." And it scares both of them. They're all upside down. They jumped out of their skin. "Thank you for finding my little ball." "That is your ball? And you think it's little?" What do you think the pig is thinking right now when he says that? I think he's probably like, "That ball's kind of big for me, and you think it's little." And the elephant, what do you think he's feeling? Still a little bit unsure, still maybe a little scared. But we know that in the end of the story, they start to play a game together, right? Called Whale Ball, and they made the game up together. And so at the end, how do we think they're all feeling? Look at this picture. With a little help, we can all have big fun. What do you think they're feeling now? I think they're all happy. Look, they all have big smiles on their faces. So why do you think they feel happy now? Remember, we have to know why. Why do you think that they feel happy now? I want you to pause and tell your parent or your buddy that you're working with and retell the story now that we've gone over it one more time. And why do you think they're all happy in the end? What happened in the story that made them so happy, and how do they feel? Awesome job. So for today, when we're independent reading, I want us to practice diving deep into thinking about who our characters are, what they're thinking or feeling, and why they feel those emotions. Because it's really important, and it makes a story a lot more interesting when you can understand what they're feeling too. And so while we're independent reading today, I want you to take time at the end after you read your story and think about what the characters are, or who the characters are, what they're feeling, what their emotions are, and why they feel that way. What happened to make them feel that way? And so when you're reading today, I want you to, after you finish, talk to a buddy or your parent about those three things: who they are, what they feel, and why they feel that way.